shirt, purple shirt, purple shirt, purple shirt, purple shirt.
Can you guys do me a little favor? Can you guys do me a little favor?
Yeah!
I feel like there's a little moment of a lull. A little moment of a lull. Can everybody make as much noise as they can in 3, 2, 1, go! Let's do it again! 3, 2, 1, go! Nicely done! We're revved up now! I'm excited for the second half. You guys excited for the second half? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Your next contest, it will be a singles match. It's going to have a 30-minute time limit. It will be decided by one fall. And your ref... I got excited. I got so excited. Guys, I got excited. I know, I got so excited. Oh, wait a second. Okay, it went away. This is a special evening this evening. And at this time, I would like everyone to please rise. Take off your baseball caps if you are wearing them. It is a wonderful evening. We are celebrating veterans tonight. We are celebrating a good cause tonight. Typically, we put the national anthem at the beginning of the day. But you know what? We're doing it now. We got your attention and we're going to celebrate. Any veteran in the building, at all, any veteran, I want you to come ringside. We are going to recognize you, and we are going to recognize this country by the playing of our national anthem. So once again, if you are a veteran, come ringside. We are recognizing you. I thank you. Every single person in SDW thanks you. Let's hear it for the veterans, everybody. It would mean a lot to me if everyone kept applauding while our veterans sat down, please. Are you guys excited for the next match? Perfect, because I am too. Ladies and gentlemen, your next contest, it will be a singles match. It's going to have a 30-minute time limit. It will be decided by one fall. One fall! And your referee for this contest will be Senior Official Jay Soltis.
have a belt, and now I'm reduced to wrestling rookies?
Introducing first, standing to my right, she hails from Fargo, North Dakota. She is accompanied by Chris Styles, representing the Eagle's Nest. Ladies and gentlemen, Noia! Introducing next, standing to my left, your Steel Domain Wrestling Women's Champion. She hails from Honolulu, Hawaii. This evening, she is accompanied by Mark Addis from the Eagle's Nest. Ladies and gentlemen, the modern-day ruler, Malia, Hosaka!
Women's Championship match, ladies and gentlemen, one-on-one in the ring. Malia Hosaka, the reigning and defending Steel Domain Wrestling Ladies Champion, won the title from Stacy Shadows. And Ken, there is a school of thought that says it was the second time that
That's what we talked about during the interview. But I tell you what, Malia's got a little bit of a chip on her shoulder.
She does.
She doesn't think, she thinks that her challenger should be a little higher in the rankings.
Well, Malia Hosaka, I tell you what, the last couple of times out against Stacy Shadows, she's been the crowd favorite because Stacy, let's face it, to a fault, most people, most fans, either they're scared to death of her, they just plain don't like her. So Malia has been kind of basking in the adulation of the crowd. A little bit early on, as she said to you, she doesn't care if people love her or hate her. She's the Steel Domain Women's Champion. She is taking care of Noia very, very lightly, at least on the outside.
This is going to be very interesting, Mick, whether she's taking her lightly or whether she wants to say that you don't belong in the same ring with me. I got a feeling it's going to be one or the other.
Well, Cara Noia, a recent graduate from the Ken Anderson Professional Wrestling Academy. I'm telling you, she knows exactly what she's doing in that ring. She's a very, very talented newcomer to this sport. And if Malia Hosaka, oh, nice arm drag, takedown, deep underhook. If Malia is, in fact, taking her lightly, how many times have we said, Ken, it takes 3 seconds. That's all it takes, and all of a sudden, Malia could be a dethroned women's champion.
You're exactly right, but I think in this one, I'd bet just on the savvy ring knowledge of Malia Hosaka, and because Kia is such a newcomer, and I don't mean this at all derogatory in any way to Malia, but I think Malia may have forgotten more than her opponent knows at this point.
Oh, there's no question about that. You know, if you're looking at the women in professional wrestling that have the experience, the resume, the knowledge, whatever it is, the number of matches, you name it, Malia Hosaka is it. She has been in this business over 3 decades. And in that time, Ken, if there's a wrestling center in the world, if there's a wrestler in the world that's been on the upper echelon, she's been in the ring with her.
Well, you know, as we talked about in the interview, we didn't get really specific, but Malia, I worked with Malia when she was somewhat of a veteran in the LPWA 20 years ago.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. No question about it. Malia Hosaka has all the tools. She can wrestle scientifically. She is a student. Well, she's actually a professor of the sport at this point. Now, the question is, which Malia Hosaka are we going to see tonight?
Well, I think a lot of times that's dictated by the opponent. As you said, Malia can wrestle technically, scientifically with anyone, but against Stacy Shadows, it was just a pure 6 brawl, and Malia not only held her own, but you could argue beat Stacy Shadows twice.
No question about it.
Golden Idol basically bought off the referee the first time when she had the belt, and she came back and beat her again. So Malia can pure 6 brawl with anyone.
The Golden Idol bought off a referee? Are you kidding me?
Boy, we saw back in the locker room when he opened the wall. Oh, moths that flew out.
Moths and termites and everything else came out of that thing. You kidding me?
Well, I'm still a little perplexed tonight, in all honesty, how I missed out on Ed Hellier's catering from White Castle. Most of us never saw any food.
Well,
maybe he said he bought it but never brought it in. I don't know.
Well, you'll know that it came from White Castle in about 15 minutes.
I didn't get any of it, so I'm fine.
You'll still know. There'll be something in the air. All right, back to the action at hand, ladies. Oh, a shot to the eyes. Now that's the Malia Hosaka that I'm talking about. That Sybil portion of her personality. That cheap shot right in the eyes of Kara Noia. Malia will do anything to hang on to that championship. She's won titles all over the world, let alone here in Steel Domain Wrestling.
And the interesting thing about Malia, we had a chance, we spent a lot of time catching up, visiting, 30 minutes before we actually did our interview. Very talkative, very gracious to everyone, but happened to see her at intermission right before this match, and she didn't want to talk to anyone. She is so totally focused on her match, and as she said, the fact she knew nothing about her opponent didn't worry her in the least.
Oh, big ol' throw by the hair, and Malia Hosaka now stalking, almost having fun with Kara Noia. I don't know how wise that is. I don't know if in the long run it's a smart move or not, but she's toying with her young challenger here. It's the old adage, Ken, if you beat them back, if you beat them up bad enough and hurt them enough the first time, they won't want a rematch. And she is systematically taking apart Kara Noia right now.
I think you're right, Mick, and I think part of it is, I think Mia feels I can beat this gal just about any time I want in this match, and now I'm going to teach her a little bit who Malia Hosaka is.
Now Kara Noia trying to fire back here. She's got the intensity. If she made it through the Professional Wrestling Academy, she's got the tools going in. Is it enough to take out Malia Hosaka? It would be a stretch, but stranger things have happened.
And
but there's nothing strange about that.
There's the ring savvy of Malia Hosaka. Malia Hosaka is an opponent, whether you're experienced or inexperienced, that just when you think you've got her, you don't.
30 years as a professional. If you name an organization in pro wrestling that has any notoriety, any glitz to it, she has been there, she has done that. Multiple championships, as I said, all over the world, now here in Steel Domain Wrestling. And I tell you what, you can talk about SDW as an independent promotion. Nobody talks us up as much as Malia Hosaka. She is very proud and respectful to be working for SDW.
This might seem a bit of a reach, but when you consider the longevity, the championships that Malia Hosaka has on her resume, and outside of the match itself, her willingness to impart her wisdom on younger opponents a little bit reminds me of Ric Flair.
I would agree with that, and she imparted a little bit of thumbs in the eyes there of Kara Noia. To our immediate right, ladies and gentlemen, in attendance, the trainer of champions, the man who brought Jesse Ventura into the world of professional wrestling, along with Bob Backlund, along with Barry Darso, along with the Road Warriors. My God, he probably trained, well, I won't say he trained Vern Gagne. I know that didn't happen. But nonetheless, the trainer of champions, Eddie Sharkey, is with us. And I tell you what, you want a lesson in wrestling history, sit down and talk to Eddie Sharkey for a while.
Boy, a nice move by the youngster.
In for the cover. No. A little bit of a delay in going for the cover, which could be inexperience. But nonetheless, well, I tell you what, when you got Malia Hosaka in a compromising position, you better be right there, Johnny, on the spot. Big elbow, reverse elbow. Look at Kara Noia now. She's really showing some fire in there.
And some confidence.
Low clothesline. In for the cover, count of 1 and 2. No. Referee Soltis, count of 2. I'll tell you what, with all due respect to Kara Noia, she wins this one, Ken. It's the shot heard around the world.
Yeah. It'll reverberate around all the independents throughout the country. Great bridge again. This is twice she's picked up a count of 2 on Malia Hosaka. You know, one thing, Mick, we were conversing that Malia showed a minute ago is the martial arts training. Sometimes we forget that. She's very schooled in mixed martial arts.
Oh, face first planted her. That could do it. Count of 1, count of 2. It's over. Just that quickly. Just that fast. Well, we talked about it, Ken, and we didn't know which Malia Hosaka we were going to get in that matchup. I think we saw it. You know, Kara Noia had her moments of offense, moments where she showed a potential future fire. But tonight, Malia Hosaka put that fire out big time. Malia Hosaka was the fire engine.
You better get me some qualified challengers,
she showed her
or don't expect me to defend the title.
But she also sent a message, you're not quite ready to be in the ring with me.